understanding our customer. And I know I talked about like the customer experience from the Everhem point of view is vitally important, but understanding who our customer is and like what they want is something that we've done a lot of practice in doing.
Welcome to Honest Ecommerce, a podcast dedicated to cutting through the BS and finding actionable advice for online store owners. I'm your host, Chase Clymer, and I believe running a direct-to-consumer brand does not have to be complicated or a guessing game. On this podcast, we interview founders and experts who are putting in the work and creating real results. I also share my own insights from running our top Shopify consultancy, Electric Eye. We cut the fluff in favor of facts to help you grow your e-commerce business. Let's get on with the show. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Honest Ecommerce. Today I'm welcoming to the show Haley Weidenbaum. She is the co-founder and CEO of Everhem, a custom window treatment brand revolutionizing the design industry. Haley, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Chase.
I'm excited to chat. So, custom window treatment. Talk to me. Like, what are you guys actually selling? What am I buying?
So we sell Roman shades and woven wood shades and drapery and or cafe curtains for your windows. So pieces of Roman shade or drapery that you are putting on top of your windows for aesthetic reasons or functional reasons. And everything is custom made to 1/8 of an inch.
That's pretty interesting. I can't wait to get into a little bit more. But I mean, where did the idea to sell custom, window treatments? When did that strike your fancy? Well, when were you like, you know what, I want to do this?
Yes, it's kind of out of left field for a lot of people because not a lot of people, especially if you're not in the interior design world, understand window treatment. So I had been a working interior designer for about 8 years. So during that process, I quickly learned about window treatment and how important it is for the design of your space. I was working in mainly residential, but some commercial and office spaces as well. And all my clients needed to cover their windows for privacy, for sun protection, and also to finish the space from the interior. So I quickly had a handbook of what products worked best, what fabric I liked. But when I needed to make these custom window treatments, because every window is different. So it's not the best and the smartest design decision to go into a store and buy something that is a fixed size, because it's not going to fit your windows and it's not going to look good. So custom was always the route I went and most interior designers went to make it look great. So I had trouble finding a one-stop shop. I tried all the places that we all can find on Google, and it just was a horrible experience. The products they offered weren't what I or my client was looking for, and there was too many options. It was very complicated for me and I'm the professional. And then the clients were so overwhelmed. And so I just had an aha moment one day where it was a combination of being a little tired of the interior design clients and a little burnt out, to be honest with you. And then having been faced with all these window treatment problems that I was trying to overcome and tackle and being introduced to the right people at the right time, I was I want to create a brand that does this better than all the other companies that I've tried before. I want it to be design driven. I want the product to be high quality. And I want the customer service to be exceptional, because that was the worst part of being an interior designer is when you're okay, I found this company. They're going to make something custom for my clients. And then they don't respond to your emails. They don't respond to your texts. They under deliver on their lead times, and it makes you look bad to the client. So I was I could do this way better. I have a background in customer service. Previous to my design career, I worked in hospitality. So that, interaction between a guest or a client to me comes very naturally. So I just thought of this idea and called my husband at the time, who was a graphic designer, and his first life was in finance. So I was hey, I need you to brand, name, help build the website, but also run all our financial models. And I'll be the creative director. So he said yes. And we launched in August 2019. So it's now 5 years ago.
Congrats on 5 years. How long was it from ideation until you shared it with your husband?
So literally summer 2018, as I said, it was like an aha moment where I was like, I'm doing this. I called him. And so October 2018, he officially quit his full-time job. I started to take less clients. I still had residential clients that I was still working with. And that was nice because I had that income coming in while I'm trying to start a new business. So it took us about 10 months to get the website, the brand, found the company, brand it, and get the website built. So that's why from October 2018 until August 2019.
Absolutely. And then did you guys get investment or did you bootstrap this?
We are self-funded, and we still are. We, are like a tried and true family business because I work with my husband and our team is growing. We now have a team of 8 people, including my husband and I. So we're small but mighty. And it's like a nice...
All the good ones are.
Exactly. It's like a nice place to be. We want to grow, but right now we're at such a good spot. Our like organizational chart is just like perfect how it is. And Adam and I are founders, and right now we are still part of the company in a very strong way. Day-to-day orders we no longer are like having to deal with, luckily. But like from the beginning, like I was doing virtual consultations with customers around the country. And now I have a CX team that does them all. So it's nice that like I basically, with my husband, we ran the whole company for about 2 years by ourselves. And then in the last 3 years, hired a team. And it's nice because we're so invested. But the team we hired is scaling and growing this company to a place that I actually never knew was possible. And it's just about hiring the right people and seeing how it can all just, your dreams can really come true. I
have so many questions about getting started, but this is a natural, like I have to follow up here. It's like, do you find as a delegating these jobs out that it's easier to delegate and know what success looks like because you had to do that job yourself and figure it out and go through the motions?
Yeah, because when we had to do it ourselves, we quickly learned that like we're not good at certain things. Like we're idea people. Like that's what my husband and I, are really champions at. But the like managing and executing is not our strong suit. So when we find people that have those skills, they're able to run with our ideas, and it's like the best feeling in the world.
That's amazing. All right. Now take me back to getting this thing off the ground. So you have a website built, but how about like you had a concept of a product. How did it materialize into building custom products, and like walk me through that? Did you find an awesome partner? Like, how's this work?
Because of my knowledge of the window treatment industry and how to make custom window treatments paired with my husband's like branding brain, we knew that like user experience was like the most important thing here. Because when you go to make custom window treatment, it's a considered purchase. It's not cheap. And it's something that you want to do once for your house and not do again until you move or you're renovating. So we knew that we needed to make the process as simple as possible online, layered with getting to feel and touch swatches that we shipped out, or doing virtual consultations so someone could talk to someone like me who was the design expert. So when you layer all these pieces, it just gives the customer confidence that they're making the right choice, because custom's scary because like you want to measure twice and cut once type of vibe. And so we wanted to be able to like, instead of like DIY, like do it yourself, it's like we're doing it with you. Mm-hmm. So we're here like every step of the way. And I realized like that's the key to it, because when I was working with a lot of my interior design clients, like the clients knew what they wanted. They almost needed like an interior designer to just give them that reassurance or like show them the product that they know that they want. And they were too nervous to like purchase that sofa on their own. They just needed interior designer to say like, yeah, that's the sofa. This is the correct size and get this fabric. And so it's that like reassurance that gives the customers the confidence that I really wanted Everhem to be able to do for just window treatment. And I also love the fact that like, I know the whole home. So I've trained everyone on my CX team to think about window treatment inclusive of the entire design of the home. So when we're on virtual consultations, we're like, oh, what's your paint color? And like a lot of people use common paint colors. And we'll be like, oh, well, that paint color from Benjamin Moore works really well with this fabric from Everhem. It's like, we already have this like design playbook. And so when customers hear like, oh, Everhem like is holistically thinking about the design of my space, they feel even more confident. So from the beginning, like that has been one of our core values, is like design driven, like making sure that like we are not just offering like a functional product, but also like a design driven product.
Awesome. So you've got, customer experience at the forefront, design driven. You launch. What happens? How do you get customers that aren't your friends and family? Like, how did you put the word out there?
So we launched in August 2019. And as we all know, April 2020 was COVID. So we experienced having to shut down our workroom, and we make everything here. At the time, we made everything here in Los Angeles. At this point today, we make our soft goods here in Los Angeles and our hardware in Atlanta. So we're still everything manufactured in America. So we closed down for a few months. Our website was still open, and we were offering a very big discount, and we would, follow through with the order once the workroom opened back up. So we opened back up in May, and COVID, as we all know, everyone was home. Everyone started to work on their home. Everyone was like, I'm staring at these windows like all day long. The sun is in my eyes while I'm on my Zoom calls. So the home industry saw a big boom during COVID, and we were lucky enough that custom window treatment was one of them. So we had this like boost in sales because of COVID and the fact that everyone was focusing on the home. And during that time, I believe just like my network of interior designers that were like already following me on Instagram, then would follow Everhem, created some natural partnerships. And we didn't have a partnership program. We didn't have an affiliate program. Like I don't even know if the word affiliate existed 5 years ago, or I didn't know about it. So interior designers would reach out to us. And then like an interior designer was working with like maybe like a semi-celebrity or an influencer, and they needed window treatment for their houses. So we're like, okay, great. Like we'll give you a discount if you post. And I just kind of faked it. And I was like, yeah, this discount, and we'll give it. Like, I didn't have a playbook for like what partnerships should look like. And because our product is such a considered purchase, I couldn't give away free product. Normally these affiliates is like, you're giving away like a sweater or a face mask, for free. And like, we're not that. So luckily a lot of people were like, yeah, I'll take that discount. And they posted about us. And it was like a loose handshake. Like I didn't have contracts at the time. And it was just like word of mouth through organic social that really helped us gain all our initial customers and our fan base. And people really fell in love with the fact that like Everhem.com didn't look like a sterile like brand that was just like looked like all the other window treatment companies that they had been to before. They liked that it had some character and they could relate. And from there, it was a lot of, we didn't start paid marketing until 2023. So we went 2.5 years without putting any paid behind our marketing. And it was all organic social and word of mouth. So it was really cool to be able to say that.
Hey, Shopify store owners. Have you ever wondered if your store is leaving money on the table? Imagine increasing sales without spending more money on ads. Sounds too good to be true. Well, it's not. I'd like to introduce you to StoreTester. StoreTester is a done-for-you conversion rate optimization service for Shopify merchants. Could your store benefit from increased conversion rates, higher average order values, and improved revenue per visitor? StoreTester could be the perfect partner for you. From ideation to implementation, this full-service A/B testing service takes all of the guesswork out of improving Shopify stores. StoreTester does all the work for you while offering month-to-month transparent fixed pricing. It gets even better. They believe in their service so much, they're offering the first test for free for qualified merchants. Let me repeat. The first test is free for qualified merchants. Curious to see if you qualify for a free test? Reach out today. Visit StoreTester.com to schedule an intro call. That's www.StoreTester.com. Schedule an intro call today to see if you qualify for a free test. Hey everybody, today's podcast is brought to you by Intelligems, the ultimate profit optimization tool for Shopify merchants. I'm telling you this, obviously you know I own an agency. We use Intelligems when we're running split testing and CRO stuff for all of our clients. Are you looking to maximize your profits? Intelligems offers data-driven solutions to optimize your content, prices, discounts, and shipping rates. Join over 500 happy clients who have seen significant improvements. With Intelligems, you gain control over your e-commerce economics, boosting your profit per visitor by an astonishing 36%. But that's not all. Intelligems users report a 54.62% increase in revenue per visitor and a remarkable rise in conversion rates. How does Intelligems do it? Through a suite of tools that allows you to A/B test everything on your Shopify store, from landing pages to product prices and shipping rates. Imagine testing new layouts, offers, even a new Shopify theme with ease. We're testing a new landing page for our client on a new theme versus an old landing page on their old theme right now. Intelligems empowers you to find the perfect price point for your products and optimize your shipping strategy. But there's more. Boost your average order value with customized campaign offers and discover if your customers prefer free shipping or a lower list price. With over $100 million in incremental profit generated, they have over 1.5 billion transactions ran through their software. They have over 400 million shoppers that have gone through their test. Intelligems is not a tool, it's a game changer for your business. Are you ready to transform your Shopify store's profitability? Book a demo today at intelligems.io. Empower your brand to reach new heights. Again, that's Intelligems, giving superpowers to your customer acquisition, retention, and overall profitability.
I say it often on the show is like, if you can get kind of from 0 to 1 without paid advertising, it means you've got you've got product market fit. I think that a lot of people try to get over the hump and like build their business. And, you know, when I say 0 to 1, like in my head, I'm kind of thinking like getting that $1 million mark, you know, of revenue per year. But I'm also thinking like building an actual sustainable business. Right.
Yeah.
I think that like, and I've had these conversations behind closed doors with like partners of mine in the industry. Like a lot of people like to throw money at like problems instead of like understanding their product and what their customers want out of their product. So like anytime I hear a story where it's like, yeah, we got, you know, the first couple of years we didn't do anything because we didn't have to, you know, we weren't looking to do that sort of scale at that moment. You know, all it does is it highlights the fact that you have an amazing product that people want.
Yeah. And we like today, like we probably, you know, should be spending more on ad spend, you know, and we're not.
I think everyone says that. And especially in hindsight, like it was so much cheaper back then.
Yeah. But like if we spend more on ad spend and we then get more, retain more customers, do I have the CX team to handle all of those inquiries? Because we, you know, we still are sending swatches, having virtuals, emailing, you know, one-on-one with people about their windows. So I want to make sure that we can handle the influx of customers if we start to spend more on ads. So it's like a delicate dance there because we want to continue to provide this exceptional customer service that we've always provided.
Absolutely. And I think that's like something that's super crucial to highlight with our conversation here is nothing you are selling is off the shelf. You're creating the product after they have purchased. Yeah. So talk to me about, you know, you mentioned earlier that it's considered purchase and, you know, just to let everyone know, like, yeah, it's a higher price point type item because it's custom and it's curated to what their specific needs are. Talk to me about kind of like what do you think the advantages of or that, and then maybe to highlight some of the disadvantages of this model for other people out there trying to listen to this and learn from this? Yeah.
I mean, I think the customer journey is a little bit longer for us. And so we have to look at it 30, 60 days. And what touch points does the customer have with Everhem that's going to get them to purchase is like what we're always thinking about. And in this day and age where like everything is kind of like going towards AI, going towards automation, we aren't ever going to be that, because when you do something custom, there has to be a human touch point where the customer is measuring, or they're getting help from us on a virtual to measure. Like, the robots aren't going to be measuring windows. Mm-hmm. So we're always going to have that human touch point, which I think is really important to like identify is like your product, one of those products where like the human touch point is important to get the customer to purchase. And we're happy to live in that like blue ocean, because not many brands are staying there. A lot of brands are trying to automate everything. Even like the simplest, like you go and try to ask a question, like we're not like giving the robot chat, like it's a real person, because there's not a one fit answer for everybody, because everybody has different windows and the product is extremely customizable. So I think that like I want to be in like the future, and the future of our business is like motorization. So like that's a whole nother animal in regards to the future of Everhem. But from a customer service point of view, like we will always be like real humans behind our company. And at our workroom too, like people are sewing, and sewing window treatment is a craft and it's a skill. And we will never have like an assembly line ever. It will not be that. So that the product you're buying, while it might be, our average order volume is like I'd say 1,200, 1,500. Like while you're paying for something that's a little higher, like the product you're getting is like going to last you a lifetime, essentially, if you stay in the house. So that's like what we can stand behind, which I think people value in companies like that can stand behind their product.
Absolutely. And I think to show that value, like I'm just assuming I'm playing around the website. Education's everywhere. You're teaching me all sorts of stuff.
I know, we really are. Like, but it's so funny because my husband knew nothing about window treatment, and now he knows more than me. Like, there's a lot to know. And what we try to do is filter like the industry jargon and the way the window treatment industry speaks about window treatment, filter it to like make sense to the regular customer. Yeah. Because I've spoken a lot about interior designers. They're like half of our business, and then regular customers are half of our business. Because in this day and age, people who can't afford an interior designer are able to have access to like the dream home and dream furniture they've always wanted, because of all these brands that have popped up that are providing like interior design that's more accessible. And that's exactly like what we're trying to do. And, we have a whole like trade program with interior design where, you can kind of do whatever the interior designer dreams up of, meaning like providing their own fabric if they wanted to. If they want us to like construct the shade in a different way, like we can do that for interior designers. But everyone else, we've curated our offerings. So like there's only good options, and it's not too many options. Like we're building out our brand and we're building out our offerings year by year, but we're not going to inundate the customer with like too many things, because that's when you're like scared and like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I'm jumping off the website. I'm done.
Absolutely. Now, is there anything I didn't ask you about today that you think would resonate with our audience?
I feel like what we've done a lot of work on doing is understanding our customer. And I know I talked about like the customer experience from the Everhem point of view is vitally important, but understanding who our customer is and like what they want is something that we've done a lot of practice in doing. So for example, when we first launched, we launched with just Roman shades and drapery. And like the first 2.5 years, I got so many requests for cafe curtains. So it's like those short curtains with like on a little baby rod. And I was like, yeah, we can make those. And so we started to make them, do it like, one-offs for interior designers or a client who asked. And then eventually I was like, all right, this is going to be a trend. Like I was trend forecasting maybe for like 2023, I think. And so we brought it online, and it's been a hit ever since. And there's a lot of design trends leaning towards like this cottage core is like a type of design trend, which is bringing back like the quaint cafe curtains and things like that. So that all came about because we were listening to our customers and interior designers and seeing what they want. So we have laid out, the next, year or two of products that we want to launch. And it's really based on what a lot of people have been requesting, not just like what I want to do. And yeah, I like keep my pulse on the interior design scene and make sure that like we're incorporating things that are happening in the design world, but listening to the customer is also so vital to our business.
I think that goes for any type of business. Yeah. It like if you're looking to, upsell a customer or cross-sell them something down the line, just ask them like, well, what else do you want? Yeah, and it's wild how much people are like, I have money for this if you have this.
Exactly. Like, what are you not offering that your consumers need is like the best question you can ask them.
If I'm listening to this and I'm like, you know what? I need awesome window treatment for my house. What should I do? Where should I go? Okay.
So your first step is to go to everhem.com, everhem.com. And we have like a, how it works page and like step-by-step process. And you can kind of enter at any time. Like if you don't know anything about window treatment and you just want to explore and get inspiration, we have that page. If you're the type of person who like immediately wants to jump on a virtual consultation, we have a link that you can book your consultation. If you like to just like email, we have a link there. If you're ready to go and you've already explored like what you were talking about and you're ready to order swatches, we can send you swatches within days. And a lot of obviously our favorite type of orders are the passive ones where everyone explores our website and then you hop to our customizer, and the customizer is another step-by-step process that like, if you're sitting, your window's just behind you, Chase, you'll be able, if you have a tape measure, you'll be able to measure right there and then, enter your dimensions, see our beautiful renderings of the fabrics with and without linings, understand our control mechanisms, and you'll be able to check out like within minutes. So, and another great way is to explore our Instagram. Our Instagram has like wonderful photos, just like our website, but we know like scrolling and be able to kind of see the videos that we've posted and the beautiful interior design photos really give people that extra like inspiration and reassurance. And it's a great place. And that's just at Everhem.
Awesome. Haley, thank you so much for coming on our show today and sharing all of those amazing insights.
Thank you for having me, Chase.
We can't thank our guests enough for coming on the show and sharing their knowledge and journey with us. We've got a lot to think about and potentially add into our own businesses. You can find all the links in the show notes. You can subscribe to the newsletter at honestycommerce.co to get each episode delivered right into your inbox. If you're enjoying this content, consider leaving a review on iTunes. That really helps us out. Lastly, if you're a store owner looking for an amazing partner to help you get your Shopify store to the next level, reach out to Electric Eye at electriceye.io/connect. Until next time.